Okay, so this is the SPT air conditioner. This is an update. I know I said I was going to use New Bright on the coils and film the process of using the New Bright on the coils. However, didn't have any New Bright, and although I will order some at some point, I didn't feel like it. I did clean the coils. They're a lot better. You can see light through them. They don't smell bad anymore. This bottom coil, the bottom of the coil is pretty bad. If you can see that. Just kind of disintegrated. That's unfortunate. That's going to reduce the efficiency. However, I'm not too worried about that. Copper's in good shape. There's hardly any rust on the bottom here. I'm going to add a drain hole right about there and put this unit back together. I did clean in there some. I still got to clean these ones. They're dusty, but there's really no actual mold or anything in these. I just cut the wires for the fan, so I'm going to solder those back together. And I don't have any heat shrink tubing, but I have this fuel line. You know what's a good idea? Leaving for half an hour with the soldering iron plugged in. Anyway, what I was saying, I believe, is I have these pieces of plastic here, some old fuel line, well, new fuel line, and it fits very snugly over that. So I'm going to solder the wires together, then pull this over there, and maybe put some tape on or something, just to make it a bit more watertight than just tape. Other than that, I got to drill a drain hole. Another thing that's annoying about this unit is if you listen, I got the control board removed, but when you turn it on and press any button, hear it beep. So what I'm going to try to do is this little speaker here. I'm going to try to just remove it, and hopefully that doesn't cause any other issues. I don't see why it would. There we go. That's the buzzer right there. Let's see if it still clicks on. Alright, it still clicked on, so it should still work. So I'm going to reassemble it, and I'll show you once I've got these soldered back on. This just slides down. That goes there. I'm going to drill a drain hole in the back. And that's kind of controversial, but I don't like removing them and having it full of water. Is one of my main concerns. However, yeah, it is also more efficient with it, but you know, whatever. Okay, so it's very loud in here. I got this running. It's probably too loud, but sorry about that. But I got the SPT air conditioner all cleaned up. Here's the tag if you haven't seen the previous video on it. Back coil's cleaned. Front coil's cleaned. The back coil at the bottom was getting to be, it was in pretty bad shape, unfortunately, but just the very bottom. Now you can see the coil still looks dirty, because it probably is. I got most of the stuff out of it, but just most. I didn't have, and I still gotta clean the filter. I didn't have any new Bright, and I just used that crap that you get in the can from Walmart. And what is it? God, what is that stuff called? Mr. Frost? No, Frost King, I think. I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't work very good, but it got the coils unblocked at least. There's airflow through them now. And I'm going to say, for a modern unit, this is a very well engineered, I'm not going to say well made, well engineered air conditioner. It's got the foam around here where it might rub. The capillary tubes, there's 2 of them because it's a larger unit. They have sleeving over them. There's grommets where the wires go through. I see a lot of air conditioners that get abrasions on the coils because there's no grommets or the coils are not done right. This pipe here goes to the condenser coil, and that is in the water, which of course I've drilled a drain hole because I don't like the water sitting in there. I understand that the water is supposed to pool up in there for this ring to sling the water on the coil to help it cool itself, but really the amount of efficiency that's going to be gaining is not much. Plus, who knows how long this thing was running with that coil 90% plugged up, so it's going to be a lot better than it was before. And for those people who say the compressor is going to overheat and die, no, it's not. I've had tons of air conditioners. I put drain holes in all of them. None of them have had a failed compressor from that being drilled out. I've seen a bunch of them that have had the condenser coil burst, or it's got a freon leak because of water sitting in there. This thing is really cold and it moves a lot of air. That was low. There's high, and I know I don't have my infrared thermometer. One annoying thing, this only goes down to 62. Another thing is when you turn it off, every time you turn it on, energy saver is on, so you have to turn energy saver off. Energy saver, aka energy waster, that just cuts the fan off when the compressor's cut off, and it cycles a lot more, and it's annoying. I don't want to run it with that. You can see this thing's collecting a good bit of water here. It's been running for maybe 10 minutes at the most, and I'd say more like maybe 7 minutes. You can see the water, there's just a constant stream of water here. It's not even dripping. I mean, it's just a constant stream of water dripping out of here. You can see it's all the way over there. And, yeah. I mean, that's just... I mean, it's humid, but it's not like extremely humid out or anything. I know what you're thinking, oh, that's gonna rot your floor out. Well, whatever. Look at this. This whole building's collapsing anyway. I'm gonna have to pretty soon rip up this floor and replace this and try to get some new wood under there. This part rotted out a long time ago. I had to replace that, but I'm gonna have to replace all of that anyway. But that's on another subject, so no comments on the water going onto the floor, please. There it is with the cover on. And both of these, whatever you want to call them, wings, accordions, flaps, skirts, curtains, whatever the hell they're called, both of them are intact and in good shape. It's got plenty of airflow over this coil. The coil is in really decent shape with only one major dent right there. So this thing is running really well, and it moves a ton of air. And I know if I don't like the modern units, the old ones are so much better. However, for a modern unit, this is definitely a pretty good one, and it's kind of odd. It seems like these off-brand ones are often kind of nicer than the, at least more engineered better. Like, sure, the construction might not be, it's probably just as bad as any other thing, but the engineering, like the tubes, they're all in sleeving where they might rub against something. It just seems like they're engineered better there's more thought put into those things on these off-brand ones than there are on, say, a Frigidaire, or heaven forbid an LG or Gold Star or something like that. I'm not saying it's great, definitely better though. And yeah, so this thing's working. It feels really nice. Of course, it's heating up in here quite a bit. And I believe this thing is... where's the wattage? 1200? No. Volts, hertz, amps. 9.4 amps. So that's got an 11.2 EER. It's almost 10 amps. So it runs on a 15 amp circuit. Yeah, these are 15 amps. I was just trying to figure out, when I first got it, it blew a 15 amp fuse. Well, it blew a 15 amp breaker. It was in a... it's been running for a while now, and I guess it was drawing too much current because the coil was plugged up or something. I'm not sure, but it's been running for a while now and it didn't blow the fuse, and this is a 15 amp fuse, and there's other things on the circuit, so we're fine there. So I think I can go ahead and... the compressor on this sounds really good. I can't get the fan to turn off like I could on a one with mechanical controls where I could put it in between speeds. But the compressor sounds healthy. No major issues. There's no rust in the bottom of it. Unfortunately, the aluminum fins at the very bottom row of coils, like the bottom row, is completely gone, pretty much. I mean, it's still there, but it's just rotted. I might put in a clip where I showed those, because you can't see them in the previous video, so I might put a clip in this video where those are shown at the end of the video. However, they're pretty bad, but I'd say over 90% of the coil's fine, and there's no rust, so it works pretty good. It doesn't smell bad anymore either. It smelled like wet dog or something when I got it, and it doesn't now. So there's that. That's the air conditioner. I'll turn this fan off so you can hear the air conditioner maybe. There you go. That's about the noise level it makes on low. And there's high. There's an auto fan. And I don't know how auto fan is different than energy saver. Maybe auto fan turns the fan speed to low or something when the compressor kicks off, as opposed to the energy saver which turns it off. I'm not sure. Simply, I don't know. And I really don't care. I'm not going to use any of those features. I want the fan to be on. Fan bearings sound good in this. Let's go ahead and turn it off and watch the spin down here. See that? It's about the best angle I can get you. And when I turn it off, you can see all that water that the air pressure was holding in, just draining out of there. So that's this thing.